Right, hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Director at MK Sportscars. Going to talk you through the bit of a build progress that we've been working on with the MX-5 Turbo. So this one's going to be up for sale, 23,995 is going to come up. It will be IVA, road legal and registered. But I've got to talk you through where we've got up to so far. So if you've been following it as an individual thread, then we can sort of talk you through it. So it's nice to see if you buy this car, you've got a nice little build video on it as well. So now we've got things that weren't on last time. So we've got the cup nose cone, which is looking rather sharp in the blue, got to say. Got nice quick release Zeus fasteners here, two, one either side and two, which you can't see underneath. But it all fits into the laser cut framework for the intercooler here. So it mounts and holds the intercooler and also has a nose cone. Really, really solid. Oh, I picked the car up with that. Grills have all been done. And we like them, looks really clean and sharp actually. And it's going to have a stripe, but you'll have to wait for that because it's not on there. But yeah, it's, that's going to have a stripe pack on it, and we're making some decisions on that. It's going to be a two-tone affair, we know that. Wings, so these have been bonded on. Now, the wing stays are bent. These are for a 13-inch wheel with a 205 tyre and a 24 offset. And then you've got your vented cross-drilled and grooved disc on here, and the wings all bonded on. They're double bonded, so we do a first fix with a bead across here, drop it on overnight, masking tape, let it set, and then go in with your second fix. I think we've done a video on that before. Second fix underneath, rubber glove, very liquid, it's definitely your friend. Smooth it all over, gets a nice smooth finish, and then they're on. They're pretty strong, and you know you can do 120 miles an hour, and it's not going to be a problem. They stay on superbly. Indicators and all that, it's all been wired up. So we've got the headlights with the indicators mounted underneath here. Moving back, in fact I'll show you before we go there. Let's talk about moving back, but I'll show you, because the electrics, all of them wired in now, all the accessories are all done. So we've got sides, dip, main, do the indicators while we're there. No, that one's not wired in, is it, Lewis?
No.
Huh?
No, rear's working.
Rear's working, we're not wired them ones in yet, so obviously, so that's the next job to tick off the list. Look, we've got a list over there on the board that we're doing. Yeah, there we go. All the bits we've got to do. That's quite comical, isn't it? See, even I slip up. And in the engine bay here, everything's been done, and we sort of haven't put the bulkhead on. Bulkhead is there, all mounted, ready to go. Battery, the new battery bracket that we've done. I'll show you that while we're there. So for the battery we supply, we've got a new battery bracket, which is laser cut with logos in, and header tank and an oil catch tank we've fitted here. Moving on to the interior, fitted the dashboard's all been fitted with the instruments. I showed you that the other week, but that's all fitted with now with the pedal centre tunnel top, the carbon ones. Gear knob with the MK branding on it we've got there, all nice and neat with the handbrake, nice and neat and tidy. And then you've got seats, harnesses, and steering wheel with the IVA collapsible boss. So you've got to have the IVA collapsible boss, and then we've got the wire hanging out here just for wiring up the horn button. All the binnacle's been cut round around the dash, and you can cover this little bit up here because it sits a little bit short, which is a little bit annoying. We'll do something with that, we'll tidy it up, and then you've got your two hazard buttons which are working there, and your fog light, which isn't wired in because it's here. And the reason we haven't fitted that, we're going to fit the stripe first. So we fit the stripe on the back, and then we'll fit this. So this is your little all-in-one. So it's a clear lens, fog light, E-marked for IVA, and in the top here is your little LED number plate light. Very compact. We've done all the wiring ready to run through once we fit it. So a couple of little fixings for that. But it's really neat and tidy. It looks really sharp on the back of the car because it's not intrusive. I like the cars to look really clean at the back end. So that's all in. All done, and then moving around to the back, we've got the carbon matching carbon boot cover, LED light pack, which we'll throw on again. Let's just throw that on. The lights and the hazards, they're all working on the rear. And they, again, IVA compatible, making sure that these fit the criteria of minimum and maximum heights, which, again, if you're not sure, there is a search up IVA video. We've started about 20,000 views on it. It gives you an idea of where the references are, lights and all that. We've done that. We've buttoned up the back end already. You showed it in the last video. And that's all done. So we're pretty much there with all of this. And it's silly little things like making sure you've got your tip over breather valve, making sure you've got your earth strap on your fuel tank, And sharp edges like here, our little witches hats that we use. But the harnesses, A, it matches, B, it's nice and clean and tidy, and it stops them rattling, and of course it stops sharp edges protection. So this has got the higher roll bar on it. We do two options. We do this height, so if you're a taller gentleman like Lewis, who's behind the camera, who's 6 foot atoll, two, I think. 6'2". I'm 5 foot something ish short, and I would go for the lower one because it's 50mm lower, so it more or less sits there. Comes down, sorry, here, and the same hole for your boot cover, so you don't have to change that in any way. So body panels all on now, scuttle, side panels, and the bonnet is done. In fact, we'll give you a little quick preview. Look, all lined up. Bonnet catches on. And again, the bonnet catches are there, but you do need, for IVA, you can fit them afterwards, but for IVA, you have to have a little rubber cover to go over them because they're classed as a sharp implement. Now, the exhaust was all fitted, which is down here at the moment. That was all fitted. We've taken it off again, just because we've done a complete mock-up, cut the hole, and now we're just going to do the side stripes. It's just easier to fit those things with it's not on. It's literally a V-band clamp away from fitting it, so it's this V-band clamp and it's away. But I quite like the blue. I think it looks really strong with the black, and then I think we're going to do some kind of two-tone stripe with black in it in some way. And I think that's going to look sharp. And then it's been on the ground. We've done the geo on this as well. We put it on the ground. We've done the geo. Wheels are off because it'll back up in the air. And then we're hoping to get our new ones, which I'll show you here. I think that's going to look stonking. Really set the car apart. Let me turn it so we can get a little glimpse of it. Here we go. Let's put that around there, look. Thumbs up, thumbs down, guys. Here we go. Let's put it on there. They ain't got the tyres, so it don't look as sharp, but here we go. It's a lovely looking wheel. I love a polished rim on a wheel. I don't know why, it just seems to make the wheel pop more. With the MK branded logo badges in the centre there. Looking super strong. So yeah, they're going to be landing. So if you want to get yourself a set of these, pre-orders on those at the moment, they are literally arriving in June. I think it's near the end of June because it's on the water. It takes a while to get here. But they're all done, made, looking rather sharp. Can put the CXRs on as well, but the new wheel with us, I think, is just something a little bit different. So there we go, one Mazda Turbo RX-5. I'm going to say about 90% done. Next thing's going to be wiring the bits up, oil feed for the turbo, priming it, some coolant lines, and then we'll be able to go to fire. First fire and run it up. So yeah, it's about 90% done. If you're interested in this build, you think that is exactly what I want for the summer, hook us up with a phone call, email, come and see us at the factory, see what we're doing. And it can be yours and in your garage or on your driveway. As soon as you go, yes, I want it. So there we go, guys. RX-5 Turbo. Like, share and subscribe. Catch you next time.